Welcome, everyone. All you fays and fiends to the Terribad Tavern. I am your resident storyteller. Soul Prison. The audio is actually working this time, so I don't have to look at that. We have here our great adventurers. Should I introduce you guys, or do you want to introduce yourselves? When I said introduce yourselves last time, there was a long pause. Great, love it. Okay.
The whole long pause.
Why? Why should we break with tradition?
We have...
Hi, I'm Beard Goblin.
There you go.
That's it.
That's
I'm
it.
playing FIFA, the Goblin Druid.
FIFA the Goblin that saves the world.
Most important character, I might add.
Yes.
Most important.
Absolutely.
His the VP.
And he knows too, so don't worry.
I am playing our rogue, Azrael. That's it. I'm patty cake.
I'm the Dragonborn Vaza. And I trust no one. And I like
No, you really don't.
Really don't.
I trust no one. I like chicken wings. That's pretty much a good base start for where you need to be.
Yeah.
She trusts no one, not even herself.
No,
I'm the
least
dragon.
of all myself.
Yeah, I'm the Dragonborn wizard, and I trust everyone.
Yeah, you're. Are you gonna say your name?
My name is Dorcas. Yeah,
And your
Dorcas.
character's name is.
It's Dorcas.
Is it also Dorcas?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm Mrs. Nerd, and my character's named Gildea, and I'm the big and clunky.
You're the paladin.
I am.
Yes, this is our great smorgasbord of a party, the
We're a
Dab.
smorgasbord.
All of these people, of course, have their own streams. If you don't know that or haven't seen them before, go check them out. They're pretty fantastic. Oh no, did I forget a water? Oh no. It's fine. I'll just run off energy drinks. Might as well get into the recap here. Last time, we all sat down in the Terribad Tavern. We talked about Persalon and how it was being crowned a new ruler. We found out is a tiefling queen named Elanor Estera. She, in the midst of being crowned the queen, was attempted to be assassinated by a group that is yet to be named. This group, the leader of which very promptly disappeared as the rest of them began attacking the members of the party. Our party swiftly defeated them and moved on to then be interrogated by the Silver Wolves Order, who decided that maybe these people working together could find the assassins, or attempted assassins, of the queen, and have been sent to investigate the scene of the crime to figure out what happens next. And that is where we left off. I feel like that's all the important information. So yeah, let's get this rolling. Are there any questions, I suppose? Something I might have missed? Something anyone was unsure about before the end of the last session?
So we got a long rest and leveled up to level 10, right?
Both those things are incorrect.
Yeah, Mr. Nerd, it was level 11.
Oh, right, I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness.
And it was
It'd be
3 long rests.
3 long rests.
The equivalent of 3 long rests. You all are ushered out of the room with the arrowhead table that you were all sitting around, back through a couple corridors into the main hall. The main hall has been cleared out completely. There are no more civilians. The band is gone. The bartender is gone. It is now just sort of, the scene of this very gruesome event. There is kind of like an eerie echo as you all enter, like when the door swings open. And there are a few guards sort of walking around, checking doors, making sure there aren't anyone still lingering about. You were all led into this room by Robert Hyde, the elf public representative of the Silver Wolves, and he was also the one who was laying the crown on the head of the queen. He sort of looks around and he goes, I guess if this is where you plan to start, I'll stick around if you have any questions.
Yes, just leave the investigation to us. We'll take a little peruse around the area and just make sure that we're not missing any clues or anything like that.
Can I roll something to see if he has any idea what the fuck he's talking about?
FIFA, I assume?
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll insight. That's a 14. That's pretty good.
You can tell that I have a -1 to investigation.
Yeah, you can. He's got some confidence, but there is nothing about this goblin that signifies he has been in this situation before.
I begin like stroking my beard and just looking around. Yes.
Can I roll an investigation or a perception check to see what we can discover?
Sure thing.
Which one?
It would be investigation. You guys are kind of investigating this attack scene.
Oh yes.
18. Is there anything specific you're looking for, or are you just trying to get like a general lay of stuff? Like, I want to know what to give you here.
Well, so this is the scene of the crime, right?
Yes.
I guess I'm trying to figure out any clues as to who the perpetrators are.
Okay. You go, and as you're looking about the bodies and just kind of getting a full feel of them, the ones that aren't completely incinerated, because a few of them are pretty charred from the fight, you notice that they are wearing the same cloaks. It's a long black cloak with an emblem sort of embroidered on the back of it. The emblem is just a circle with a tree inside, and the branches go up and turn into lightning bolts. Like, they don't stagger out like normal tree branches, they just turn into like zigzag electricity.
Okay, so
Does that symbol mean anything to him or us?
yeah, does it mean anything to me in particular? Or
No, I would say
I've
you.
seen these people before. They tried to attack me on my way into the city, but I know nothing other than that. Don't start branching me in with any of these weirdos. But two of them tried to hit me while I was out and about in the wilderness. I took them both down. They're dead. But I didn't find out where they were from or what they were doing. And I've never seen them since.
I have not seen anything like this before. What about the rest of you?
I put my arm around Robert and be like, Rob, my friend. Are there any wealthy members of the society that would not want to see our lovely queen crowned?
Hang on 1 second. Sorry,
Yes,
I was.
It seems to be that this tree is being struck by lightning. So I think that if we were to look out into maybe a field, or somewhere where there is one tree, highly elevated, that is where we will find the hideout to the individuals who did this terrible thing.
You really think that they would be that obvious about it?
I mean, branding is very important.
Have you seen this tree, FIFA? Have you been there? Do you know where this tree is?
Let me ponder a little bit further upon this.
Okay.
You can make
he knows
a.
nothing, guys. He knows nothing.
You can make a wisdom check, I suppose, if you're looking for that. Azrael, you ask Robert this, and he goes, "Not that I'm aware. I mean, we didn't really cue anyone in to who we were electing as the new ruler. We wanted it to be a surprise."
Would any of the most wealthy be hindered by her by any chance?
Not that I'm aware of, no. FIFA, you rolled an 8 on that wisdom check. This symbol is not something you've seen before.
Great. Let me think further upon. I've seen many trees in many a field in my day.
Sure you have. sure you have. Rob, do you recognize this brand? What do you know about this this seal that is on their cloaks?
Robert walks over and looks down. He pulls a dagger from his coat, and there is a smaller form of the emblem, like on the front, and he cuts it out, and he goes, I feel like I've seen it before, but I'll have to do some research. I'll ask some of the other wolves.
Where do you think you saw it?
He shrugs and he goes, I'm an elf. I've lived hundreds of years. I may have seen this in a book back when I was your age.
Right, okay.
All right. Can I roll because these people use, like, one of them used, like, that magic to, like, portal out of here, right?
Yes.
Can I roll for Arcana to see if I can figure anything out about that?
Yeah, sure.
Well, that's not going to be a damn thing.
When you go over to the area that the portal had originally appeared, you notice that there are some burn marks on the ground from where it had opened. But you don't really get a sense that any of the magical energy is still around.
I would like to loot one of the bodies.
Okay. Give me a moment here. Let me grab this book.
Is looting bodies very lawful?
Not really, no.
Me lawful.
What are you doing?
Let me see here.
Don't know yet.
So when you investigate the bodies, I suppose, you don't really find anything of value. They seem to only really have the scimitars that they carried in as their weapons. They were traveling very light, and as you kind of start to feel the pockets out and search through the things, Robert goes, "Hey, are you trying to take from that person?"
Oh, no, of course not. I'm just looking for clues.
He goes, all right, and he looks over and sort of like makes a hand gesture at one of the guards, and he goes, I'll keep my eye on you. And
I wiped some of the blood on my hands on the guard that came over.
they look down at like the blood smear and just go, and they just shake their head as they stand there.
Visual disappointment.
As you all are kind of doing this investigation, the twins, the twin humans that you were involved in your interrogation, enter in, and the one who you would recognize as Misha, who stayed at the interrogation, sort of looks around and goes, "Oh, I didn't realize you were all still here. I thought maybe you would be moving on by now."
Why? We're learning about what's going on here. Why are you trying to hurry us?
She goes, "Oh, okay," and like she looks over at her sister and nods. Her sister walks up, and you see a sort of discoloration happen in her eyes as she pans over the collective group. And as she does, she goes, "No distinctive race, all wearing the same cloak. They seem to have the same weapon, moderate understanding of magic, and they've been in the city for, I would estimate, about 3 months."
Wait. How exactly did you do that?
Yes, I came to the same conclusion.
Of course you did.
Wow.
She turns to you, Dorcas, and smiles and goes, "We're the Silver Wolves. We know a thing or two about magic other people don't." Her sister then walks up to her and goes, "Okay, stop showing off. We need to get them moved along."
Where exactly does someone learn this ability? I'm just now totally invested in her.
she goes, I don't know that you would be able to learn it. It's something you gotta take a long time. Most of us were trained since birth. I'm sure you could, if you could find someone who was willing to put in the time. We don't really have the time, but
Do you know anything else about these people other than what you just said? Where they were prior to this point exactly?
she goes, no, not really. The only reason I can tell how long they've been in the city is because of their boots. They're clean and not mudded up, so they've been walking on stone streets for quite some time. And there's nothing really discernible about them and specific other than the cloaks that they're all wearing.
Is the entire city made up of stone streets, or would that take out a few of the...
The lower districts aren't exactly well cobblestoned. There's definitely dirt that comes in from the outer wall. And then the graveyard is all dirt, of course.
We can roll that out then.
And how... You said they've been here for weeks?
Yeah, I would say closer to about a couple months.
That means they would have needed a place to stay.
Mm-hmm.
Robert comes over and shows the patch that he had cut off to the twins, and they both kind of examine it and mumble back and forth to one another. And Misha goes, "This is a really good place to start."
What is?
She goes, "The patch. We have a record of just about every guild that's existed, so we can take a look at this and see if they're registered. If we work on that, maybe you guys could work on seeing if anyone knew about them in the city."
Okay.
To the city!
Yes, this is a good plan, and as I say all the time in my memoirs, delegation is key. So yes, we can delegate this process to you and go about our merry way.
They all nod, and the two twins begin heading back, and Robert goes, "Whenever you have something, a good lead, go ahead and come back, and we'll make sure we, put our minds together and figure out what's going on. But the city's open to you." He goes a step away, and he turns back, and he goes, "I want to remind you all that you are operating as agents of the crown, and staying within the law is kind of a necessity. I understand you all have your own reasons for doing things, so you of course have some leeway, but just don't make us arrest you."
Question about that, if I might, my good sir. Do you have any sort of badge or tome of honor that we can display to show that we are working on behalf of the crown to make maybe some of our research a little more fruitful?
He goes, yeah, sure. He reaches into his cloak, and he gives you a coin that has the silver wolf emblem stamped into it. He goes,
Just him or all of them?
Just him, or do we all get one?
he gives you all one.
Okay.
He hands that all to you. He goes, "This should show that you have a connection to the crown and us in some way."
Thank you, sir.
It was great.
Thank you kindly. Mhm.
I'll look forward to hearing from you. And he disappears into the back rooms. You are all now free to sort of make a plan, decide what you're going to do next. It's kind of the free roam part.
How difficult is it to make a counterfeit of said coin?
That's a good question. You would need... I'm going to say you do not have the equipment to do that right now.
Fair enough.
But if that opportunity... I will keep that in mind, and if that opportunity arises in some way, I'll let you know.
How many inns would be in the districts that might be cobblestone well enough that these people would be at.
So in the upper district, the higher end, there would be one major inn, which would be for lords, ladies, nobles, things like that, who did not have a house previously in the city. In the market district, there would be two or three just for higher class standards, and then down in the lower district would be an inn, maybe some bars with a bed in the back. But yeah, as you said,
Kind of ruled out the lower, didn't we?
yeah, you had ruled out the lower district. So there's two or three in the middle district, and then one major one in the upper district.
All right.
I believe I should be the one to investigate the upper district.
Do you really think it's wise for us to be going up, dividing ourselves up individually to do this?
Sure, what could go wrong?
You can be ambushed by 5 or 6 of these characters here, and there would be no one there to help you.
You could just get lonely. That's also a terrible fate. That could
Aye,
go
the wee
wrong.
man speaks truth.
I feel it's unlikely that they would be in the upper district. There's only one, and people would have seen them.
Yeah.
I mean, they could be some bougie assassins. We don't quite know.
I agree.
Obviously, they had nothing on them. Obviously, they left their belongings back there.
Oh, so you want their belongings?
No. I just want to see what they were carrying.
Ah.
You've got
yeah.
me all wrong.
Oh, I do. What? How do I perceive you?
Look, I have done nothing wrong. Did I not come to your aid?
Yeah, you did, and I am grateful for that. But you tried to rob that matey back in there. Well, and you got caught by Robert, dude.
I was looking for clues.
Okay. Don't touch my stuff.
Just that, don't touch my stuff.
We still need to figure out how we're going to go about this. I don't know that we know enough to not investigate the inn in the higher class area.
I mean, picture this. You're a wealthy noble, and you've got all the wealth you could imagine in this world, and you're profiting off of this war. You would not want somebody to be crowned king or queen because of and cause peace to reign out if it's going to ruin your profit margins. Why am I starting to sound like John Lennon?
I have
The green
no
one has a
idea.
point.
Maybe
there
we should
two-
scout out.
Are there 2 or 3 in the middle ring? Master.
I'll say there's 3.
Just 3.
Three.
So there's 4 inns overall, and there's 5 of us.
I think we hit them off one by one. Oh, God.
You turn fully
Understand
into
we should
Ringo
go there
Starr.
all
It's gone full on.
I feel we
gotta get
should
out.
all go together and scout out how many entrances each inn has, with some of us going in the front, some of us waiting out the back in case anyone tries to escape.
I am
Like
no investigator or military tactician, but
She's
you
got
are.
a good head for strategy.
Thank you, other female of the group. I appreciate your wisdom and input from this rabble. You don't
This is
say
what-
much, do you?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Cool.
Love
Just
it.
checking.
A person of very few words, quite like myself. I like it.
So what has the plan become here?
Yep. We're exactly the same.
I look between the two.
I do not think that is an entirely true statement there.
Am I missing something?
What do you
A
think you're
distant
missing?
connection?
The
Did I
silence.
say something wrong?
Deafening.
No.
Very well.
I would know the city well enough to know where that noble tier inn is, so I'm going to head that direction.
Alrighty. Assuming everyone is following along.
Where are you going?
Yep, I'm following.
The inn.
I'm following the goblin because I still think they're extremely important.
I'll go along, but I'll keep watch on the back of our group in case anyone decides to sneak up behind us that recognizes us from the ruckus in the village. In the hall.
You all exit the main castle. The front courtyard area is pretty much cleared out. While you were all being put through your interrogation and everything, you know, people got as far away from the castle as possible, pretty much. As you enter the front courtyard, there is the older silver wolf that you had you recognize as the one who caught the fireball originally. They are with a few other individuals that you don't quite recognize, and they are saddling up horses and preparing to head out. Let me think. You can either interact with that or just keep going, honestly. If you want to keep going, then I'll continue to explain what happens as you walk down the steps.
Where are you going?
Keep walking. Your
Well,
legs are smaller than everyone.
I know. I'm like, but where are you going?
You shout this from afar, and the older silver wolf sort of looks at you and shakes his head and kind of ignores your shout out. And
I said, don't worry, I've got this coin. Where are you going?
He narrows his eyes and takes a few steps towards you to sort of follow your group as you're all walking along. And one of the people on the horses goes, "Sir, I don't think we have time to waste." And he looks up at like the sky and where the sun's position is, and he nods, gets up on the horse, and they begin riding off down a side entrance of the courtyard.
Good talk.
You head down, and directly from the main castle sort of platform, it is a staircase down to the higher end district. There are primarily private residences here. They're reserved for the upper class, nobles who come in to visit, things like that, but there are also really high-end shops that sell fine silks and jewelry and things of the like. Your occasional upper-class bar, and, of course, the tavern you were all headed towards. This tavern, it is not something that you would just call, like, this isn't your average, like, oh, it has a bar downstairs and then you head upstairs and it's the bedrooms. This building is 3 stories tall, very large windows, intricate outside design. It has its own fountain out front. It is definitely, as our standards would understand, a hotel, rather than a, big, or rather than just like a tavern you'd see on the road.
Fancy.
Do an investigation roll on how many exits and entrances it has,
Sure thing.
including any hidden ones.
Yeah, you can do that.
Oh, great.
An 8. No, so you take a look around. There are a couple small alleys to the sides of this building, but there doesn't seem to be any weird entrances or exits from like the sides or anything. There is definitely a cargo area in the back, like a major big door where they get all their shipments in, and then of course the main entrance.
Can I do an Arcana check to see if any of the magic that we saw in the palace is here?
Yep, go ahead.
That's the wrong one.
That's animal handling.
That's animal handling. Here we go.
It's 8.
That's not applicable.
No, you don't seem to sense any of this magic around. I mean, there's definitely like a ambient magic, just because there are magic users around. But you don't sense anything off.
I walk in the door.
Very well. You go in, and there is a front stand next to the door, where a very cheery young individual is standing, and as you come in, they sort of perk up and go, "Hi, welcome." And they sort of stumble and knock some of the things off the table that they're at, and they go, "I'm so sorry. Oh goodness, I'm sorry. It's my first day. Let me try again."
He's just not shy.
They take a deep breath and go, "Welcome to Golden Pillows, where we do our best to make sure all of our sort of residents here have the absolute best day they possibly can in the Citadel. How can I help you today?"
See, I am the lead investigator on this, on learning what happened in the palace earlier today. So, I would like to speak to whoever is in charge here.
Terrible thing that, do you have anything that proves that? I can't just go
Oh,
and...
absolutely! I pull out my coin. This right here, as you can see, is a very important seal.
The joyous nature of this person kind of flushes out as they see that you're holding something that has the Silver Wolves insignia on it. And they go, "Oh, yeah, if you want to go wait over there," and they point to a sort of waiting area with a few nice feather couches and coffee tables and things. They go, "I will go get someone who knows a little bit more than I do."
Has anyone else come in with me, like of our group?
I did.
I'm guessing so, yes.
I did as well.
If
Okay,
not, you
so-
don't have to say.
Okay, if you didn't, yeah, just let me know. I'm just doing that real quick.
I do lean over to Vaza at one point and I say, I thought you were the leader.
Yeah, he's taking point on this one. We discussed this. You were still running behind, shouting at the other guy, but it's okay. It's
I just
okay.
get
You
so
missed.
excited.
I know it's fine, but I'm gonna go round the back, and just have a scout out and see what's going on in the cargo area, and see if I can figure anything out there.
Okay.
I was planning on finding a spot to look slightly less conspicuous outside the front door.
Can I go after the person who Azrael was just talking to?
Okay. One second, because a lot of people said they were doing things. I want to try to do it as it happened. So, Gildea, you said you're going to stay outside and sort of watch the front entrance.
Yeah.
I'd say you're probably hanging out over by the fountain. I would say do a stealth check just to, I guess, be nonchalant. If that's
Nonchalant?
yeah.
The big and clunky's gonna be is gonna do a stealth check.
I mean, it's mainly just to see how like out of place you look, not so much like you're trying to hide, right?
Oh. Okay.
That's a 20.
Did you roll a natural 20?
No.
No, it's an 18 plus 2. But you know, there are plenty of guards around. You're wearing very nice armor considering you're, probably wearing your military uniform. So you fit in perfectly. There is no question that you belong here. Azrael and FIFA, you guys went over and sat down.
I would like to call after the person that was walking away.
You wanted to go after
I'd be
them.
like, all right, and as obviously investigators, I would like a round of drinks on the house, of course.
They look back and give you kind of like a thumbs up and are going to make a pit stop over by a bar that's on the other side of the room before they go. And then Dorcas, you wanted to catch up with them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I go to the person and say, what was your name again?
He...
Tifa.
You're not with me!
I'm sorry.
He turns to you and smiles and goes, I'm Carlos. It's nice to meet you.
Wait, did you say Carlos?
Yes, Carlos. What's wrong with,
Yeah.
what's wrong with that?
No, I was like, yeah, I just want to make sure I heard it right.
Yeah, it was Carlos. You're
Anyone in
good.
the chat can name an NPC if you look
That's
down
true.
in
That's true. I totally forgot about that. There is a redeem that you can do where you can name an NPC, and if you do that right now, I will rename this person. But you can do that. But as of right now, I'll just say they're Carlos.
Okay. Look here, Carlos. My name is Dorcas. Yes, we are investigating, but no, we are not officially part of the group that my friends, the coin that he used. We're just trying to figure out what happened with the people who attacked the queen. Have you maybe seen anyone here who bears an emblem of a tree being struck by lightning?
He kind of squints for a second and goes, "No, like I said, it's my first day here. I haven't really seen many people come and go yet. But I can go get someone who's worked here a lot longer. Maybe they can get some information for you."
Aye. Thank you very much.
All right, I'll be back. Vaza, you went around the back to check out the cargo in and out.
Yeah.
There's nothing really crazy going on here. There's a couple employees kind of sitting around, taking a break, you would assume. But there's no cargo transfer happening at this time. There is a really large wooden door that's raised up a little bit so a wagon can be backed up to it. Excuse me. And then a smaller side door with steps leading up for people. That's about kind of the extent of what's going on in this sort of back alley area.
I'm going to approach these employees while making sure that, nobody is coming up behind me because, you've got to make sure that you watch your six.
Do a perception check.
And, yeah, I'm going to have a look at these guys.
13. Yeah, there's, no one coming up behind you. It's an alley, normal kind of very little activity coming through here. But these people are just kind of sitting around as you approach, and one of them kind of looks up and goes, "Can we help you?"
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out. I've lost some people. They've got an emblem that's kind of like a tree that's been struck by lightning. Have you seen any of these guys around? I'm trying to figure out where they are.
The one who spoke to you looks around at the other ones and kind of shrugs, and one of them who is kind of sitting off to the side and goes, "Maybe we know something. Maybe we don't. What's in it for us?"
Your lives.
The one who spoke goes, "Ah, okay," and pushes the really big door open and goes, "Butch!" And a very large, towering, half-orc individual steps out and goes, "Yeah." He goes,
Oh, Lord.
"This one here says there might be a problem if we don't tell them everything we know about something we might not know about." And the half-orc steps down, sort of, and I say steps down off this wagon, uprise. And how tall are you? You're what, 5'11", right? As
5'3".
5'3". You're a
You're
dragonborn.
5'3".
Yeah, you're a dragonborn. I expect you to be taller. You're 5'3". Your face about meets the stomach of this half-orc. You are definitely looking up at them. And they look down and they go, "Is there going to be a problem, Pipsqueak?"
No problem at all. Just tell me what you know about the lightning tree.
He looks back at the people sitting around the cargo and kind of shakes his head and turns back and goes, "Okay, I don't know anything about a lightning tree, or I think I heard you say something about friends through the door. So how about you leave this employee area before you end up under a tree?"
No, I'm not buying that. I came to find out about the tree. But if you want, I can bring my friends round and some of the silver foxes as well. We've silver wolves,
Yeah,
isn't
silver
it?
wolves.
Silver Wolves, we're quite close knit. So I suggest that if you know something, you tell me what it is.
He gives out a hearty laugh and goes, "Okay, yes, because you are just so close with the Silver Wolves. You look like you're big into magic. I can see it. So yeah, no, you can wander off."
I'm gonna flash my coin in front of his face, while also revealing all of my weaponry on me, within like a couple of seconds, and give him a moment to ponder his choice.
Go ahead and do intimidation, I suppose, since you're flashing weapons and stuff as well. 17. That's pretty good. He kind of straightens up a little bit, still with like this sort of, scowl on his face. And he goes, "Okay. So, you want to know about a tree with electricity on it?"
Yeah.
He wanders over to the cargo area and pulls something off of like the ground that was underneath one of the people's boots, and goes, "We found this a couple days ago. We haven't seen anything like it since, but we found it. And it is, you can see, about half of one of the patches of the silver wolf things. It's like torn, not a flush cut. It's really fraying out and kind of becoming nothing." He goes, "We didn't know what it was. We figured somebody lost it and would come back for it."
Where did you find it?
He sort of looks down and goes, "Right about where you're standing."
Okay. Thank you for your cooperation. If you have any other information, you bring it straight to me.
He goes, "Sure thing."
Brilliant.
I'm assuming you now take leave of this
I'm
and
gonna
head back around.
Yeah, I'm gonna start backing away without revealing my back to these people because I feel like I've done very well, but I'm just gonna back slowly away, and make my exit round to come around towards the front to meet back up with the guys in the lobby.
Gotcha. With that, we head back to the lobby. How have you guys been kind of occupying your time as this has been going on?
I believe. Oh, go ahead.
Mine will be pretty quick. You know how hotels have like those nice water coolers and they always have like a little bit of fruit in them?
Yeah, like the little spread out in the lobby.
No, like fruit, like in the like they put like strawberries in the
I
ice
got you.
water.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm just enjoying that. Ooh, yes, free beveraginos. I love it.
I'm questioning Beardy and or FIFA. Sorry, FIFA. I'm questioning FIFA and how because I believe FIFA is still very important because I saw him at the head of those carriages. So I'm trying to get some backstory on FIFA.
Sure thing. Are you asking people any questions or anything, or are you just kind of watching?
Started with my mother and my father, who loved each other very much, for about 20 minutes. And then I happened.
Why do you
I
know
was
the amount
raised
of
by
time?
speakers in the woods, and they taught me everything that I know. And then I learned more. They sent me out on a mighty quest, and I've been pursuing that journey ever since. And that's basically me. I'm just a humble little goblin. That's all I am.
Why do you know the
Now,
amount
I'm sure
of
you're wondering,
time?
how did I get my beard to be this nice pink color? I eat a lot of lichen, so I liken the lichen, you could say.
Oh man.
By the end of this conversation, I'm banging my head on the table.
Are you starting to rethink? You're like, this is an important guy.
I'm like, this. He's not important. What the fuck was I thinking?
We're having some camera issues with the couple who nurse together. Am I the only one who sees that?
I see it on your stream, but I don't see it on the actual grid form call.
Yeah.
Let me see what's going on here. Sorry, people. Technical difficulties.
Oh,
Why do you know the amount of time that was? Says
Well,
Rose.
Rose
I'm
is asking
so
the
glad
important
you
question.
asked. You see, in the forest, it was a legendary time. Many people thought that werewolves had been summoned to the forest, and it only lasted 20 minutes. And yearly now, there's a celebration that the the woods are not infested by werewolves like everybody thought.
I don't know what's going on here. Let me switch screens real quick. Everyone's gonna look weird, but give me a moment.
Ah!
Bum, bum,
No.
bum.
No, it's still doing
I
it.
just improvised that. That was not planned. I apologize for where that went.
The
No, that
cameras
was
are gonna
perfect.
camera's gonna disappear and then come back.
Ah!
Oh, they didn't come back. There they go. Okay, that fixed it. We're good.
Okay.
Technical difficulties are over.
Yay.
All right. So,
Come round.
The
to the
strawberry
front.
water is delightful.
Dorcas had walked away. I was gonna ask him if he had joined this conversation at any point.
Oh my god! I'm gonna pull Gildea in from her area of surveillance so that I can share this information with the whole group as we enter in to Azriel looking very unhappy with himself and hearing the last segment of the 20 minutes of bliss that Andy's.
And whammo! It was over, and it was done, and it was spoken of for years to come. And that is the story of my conception.
This is the best.
I look at Vaza pleadingly. Save me.
I have some news, everyone.
Ah!
Yeah, good show, FIFA. Good show. Let's congregate over in a less conspicuous area, and let's get you away from the fruit, because you know you're kind of getting a bit high. For a goblin.
Let's get you.
And we'll just go and sit in a nice side away area.
where are they talking right now?
We're all
go
back
to-
in the lobby.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're all in the lobby now.
And I'm gonna divulge said information that I have just discovered from Butch out the back. So there we go. We have
Yay.
half of this. They've been here.
You're not o-
no.
You didn't go back to where the guys were?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, I wanted to ask what you had been up to after FIFA was with this whole story.
So, because I followed the one person and they went over to the bar, right?
Yeah, and they had said to you that you had asked if
I know,
they
yeah.
knew anything. Yeah.
So I guess I'm waiting there for them to come back.
Okay. So you probably heard hints of this conversation going on, but probably would just kind of like turn your head like, I don't want to know anything about if the
Oh, no, maybe, yeah, no. I
conception
definitely
of this man. So I suppose Vaza comes in with Gildea and starts relaying the information that they found to Azriel and FIFA. And then Dorcas, you're sort of hanging by the bar, and Carlos comes back with a very finely dressed individual. It is a... Oh, jeez Louise. I need to stop closing character information things.
Night Rose.
Is
Hey,
Rose
Rose.
leaving? Good night, Rose. It is a finely dressed sort of tiefling woman. She smiles at you and goes, "Hi, I was told someone was looking for a bit of information about our location here."
Hi. We are looking for a group of individuals who bear the emblem of a tree being struck by lightning.
A tree being struck by lightning.
Aye.
Let me see. I'm sorry, what was your name?
Dorcas.
I see, Dorcas. Are you, Carlos here had said there were a few of you. Are you the only one?
And the rest of my friends are in the lobby, I believe.
This room is all one big lobby. So like there is, I guess I didn't really get
I
the
would just
layout.
gesture to where they're at because I can see them, right?
Yes. So when you guys walked in, it would have been a long open area with one of those big like double fan staircases. To one side is the sort of social area where the couches and things are. There's a very large fireplace there. There is a front desk just in front of the double fan staircase, and then to your side, Dorcas, there is a very well stocked bar, which is where you were
So they're on the
ushered over
opposite
to.
side from
Yes, they're on the opposite side of this room from you. But you gesture over to them, and they're like, "Oh, I'm with the group over there." Correct?
Yes.
Okay. She goes, okay, just wanted to check all the bases. Well, I can't say we've had any guilds check in for the event here. We don't usually do larger rooms like that. The only large room we have here is the penthouse at the very top, and that's usually reserved for some higher paying individuals. Guilds can't usually afford that room.
Did anyone reserve or check into that room within the last 3 weeks?
3 weeks. I'll tell you what, I can check the books. And she leads you over to that desk in the center of the room. Begins flipping through some things, and she goes, it appears we had one of the royal families check in to that room for the past 3 weeks. They came a little early for the event. Let me see here of which one it was. She flips through a little further. Oh god, I need to get my names all isolated to one spot of this document, dude. She goes, there was Keter, the Lord of Savine had reserved that room.
And as far as the symbol that I mentioned before, any come across it all in the last 3 weeks?
No, I can't say I've seen any odd trees getting struck by lightning symbols. Not really any of the symbols we have on file. We have a few symbols of the more noble families of Persalon, so that way we can recognize them if they approach, but we don't have anything like that.
The one who checked into the room 3 weeks ago, are they still there?
As far as I'm aware, yes. Lord Keter is still in the city.
All right. Thank you. If I have any other questions, might I call on you later?
Oh, of course, absolutely, sir.
Right. You've been most helpful. Thank you very much.
And thank you. And she has Carlos take his position back at the table and moves on back to whatever they were doing.
Okay, I go back to the rest of them.
Okay. We're all kind of together now in this, social area of the lobby. I assume Vaz is in the middle of explaining the patch that you found?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we've found half of the patch, but it seems as though it was just left out the back, so it could have come off one of the delivery wagons, but the other staff don't seem to know anything more than that. It was just found. Dorcas, what did you find out?
There is a family that checked into the penthouse, as they said, which would be large enough to house the amount of people that we were in conflict with. It's a noble family, Keter, I believe is the name. They're still here in the city. I do not recognize this family. Is anyone else?
Is that
I will give, without a check, Gildea, I'll say you recognize that.
Okay.
That is the Lord of Savine.
Okay.
That is one of the nations that your nation, Malia, is at war with.
Yay.
Do you relay that?
Yes, I would relay that to the group. In a somewhat terse manner.
Do you think that this nation would have reason to harm the queen?
It's hard to
Excuse
say.
Do you
They're
have
capable.
personal experience with this nobleman or their family?
No, but their nation was capable of many things during war.
Do we think it is worth finding this individual?
Yes, I do think we should find this Lord Kettlecorn and ask a few questions.
Do I have potential to remember more if I did a history check or something?
Yeah, you can do a history check. What exactly are you trying to remember, like details about the family or?
Yeah.
Okay. $17. Flat 17. You don't have a plus anything to history?
Nope.
Weird. Well, 17 is a great roll though. So you, Mike O'Ketter is the gnome ruler of Savine. They were in power before the war started. Their nickname to the Malian Alliance is the War Gnome. A lot of people believe that because of his larger size and his very brunt warlike attitude, that he's not actually a gnome. He is just a dwarf, and lies about being a gnome to who really knows. No one really knows why someone would lie about that. It's just a rumor that kind of goes around. But the Keter family has ruled Savine for a long time, long before King Harmon was even around. They're a very well-respected family, but kind of stayed out of war affairs before Keter got involved and the Silver War happened. And then when the war kind of broke out, Micah was very quick to take the side of Remit and then just start getting soldiers to the war front, which is why everyone says he is the War Gnome.
Which I would relay to all of you.
Yes, I lied about being a gnome once too.
With your stature?
I stare incredulously at him.
I want to put a lore book together of FIFA stories. Just like the stories that FIFA has, I want to put them all in a book. Because you're how old is FIFA? You're a goblin, so...
Oh, I'm like 7.
Yeah, just in 7 years, I want to know what this this goblin has gotten up to.
Are we?
Well, I
Are we
was a
still
gnome
gonna do-
once.
Are we still gonna do the recap according to FIFA?
At some point,
Oh,
we
God.
definitely should. Whenever we get through an arc, I think we should do
Dear diary.
whenever we finish an arc, I want to at some point have us do a episode where we talk about level ups and what people are doing and get some more information about the characters. And I want at some point to have a recap from FIFA in that.
Oh, God.
But that'll be down the road. That's
I met Arnold Palmer and we fought Lord Kettlecorn.
excuse me. But yeah, I don't know. You guys haven't really you've been sharing this information back and forth. It's kind of up to you what you go about doing next.
Well, we could go and...
I mean, what if we broke into the suite and waited for Lord Ketter to come back? And then
Asriel, you've been hanging around this district for a while. Have you broken into this establishment at all since you've been in the capital?
Was that pointed at me?
Yeah.
Okay. I feign hurt. Why accuse me? I have done nothing wrong.
I'm not accusing you, but if you have, it would be helpful for our investigation if you might have accidentally on purpose gained access to this penthouse.
I
or
have not
notice
gained-
the individuals that were within it, and their money.
I have not gained access to the penthouse. I have accidentally fallen into some rooms nearby occasionally. However, I may, possibly, in the slightest way, be able to access this room.
I love the way you're wording it.
That sounds like a good plan.
No.
No.
No? What do you mean no? This is gonna get us some information.
Why don't we just wait for said person to either return to the inn or emerge from their room and then accost them?
Do we
Or-
know what this Lord Kettlecorn looks like? What if we end up accosting the wrong person?
Look here.
I
What
don't
if
know. Would I know what Dungeon Master? Would I know what they look like?
I don't think so. You've all. I would say you guys, with the amount of time you spent at the party, at least got a glimpse of Lord Ketter. So you could give a pretty good understanding of what they look like. Gildea, you've probably seen some, parchments with his likeness on it, so you probably have a bit of a better idea. But you've all at least seen him once, I would say.
Oh, that really big, tall fucking no.
That really fucking tall, no.
Look here, the other thing we could do is go and ask the person who I was talking to if we can investigate the room on behalf of the crown.
Thank you.
It's a great little ground, Dorcas. That's why you're the leader.
Wait, what?
I agree with this plan. I don't want to show that I'm a criminal, so that's why I'm agreeing.
Gotcha. So is that the plan, is to get a key and go check out the room?
Dorcas, do you think you can do this?
Eh?
Okay, it's all on you.
Hey, Dorcas, you're gonna do great, and I give you like a nice pat, on as close to your shoulder as I can get, and I cast
Or on
guidance
you.
on you.
Alright.
So within the next check that you do, you can add a D4 to it.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Okay. So what was the person's name who I was talking to again, Dungeon Master? I'm terrible at remembering names.
Carlos is the one manning the desk.
No, well, right, but okay, I can go talk to Carlos about this. Okay.
Yes.
All right, I go back over to Carlos.
All right.
And I say, hello, Carlos. Might I have a word with you?
Of course. Mr. Dorcas, correct?
Aye.
Okay. Yes. What is it you need?
Look, we are, as you know, investigating on behalf of the Crown, which is very, very important.
Of course. I agree completely.
Oh, good. Then we're on the same page here, you and I.
Yes.
We must investigate the penthouse in order to rule out that anyone was involved in this savage attack that was on our beloved queen.
The penthouse. That's. See, here's the thing. That's Lord Ketter's room, and I don't know that I can just kind of give the key to anyone, because like that's royalty.
Look here, yes, and normally I would not push this matter, my friend, but did you hear what happened at the ceremony earlier today?
I did. Some people were talking about it when they came in.
What did they say?
They said there was like magic getting thrown around, and that a few people got really hurt, and I didn't hear. A lot of people were having some mixed sayings of what happened. I just heard something really bad happened.
Oh, it was awful, my friend. Some people are still, their charred remains are still there.
He just gets this like horrified look on his face, and he goes, "Charm," and like
Yes.
starts like tearing up a little bit.
We're here to help. I did not want this to happen anywhere else. Perhaps this person who was there might be in trouble since the person is targeting royalty. It would help us immensely if we would be able to investigate to protect everyone here, including yourself.
Go ahead and roll persuasion for me.
Alright.
And you can add a D4.
Pretty good.
Oh,
That's a
pretty good.
19. That's a
Don't
19.
even need it.
And the D4 player.
That'd be 20, 23 then.
I think. Wait, is it just add a d4 or do you have to roll it?
Oh, I have to add the D4. Okay,
Add
let
the
me.
D4, yeah.
Okay, just for since.
I mean, you don't have to. I think you can hold on it. I think you can like save it for a
It
certain
does
amount of
only
time.
last for a minute,
Okay, so
so it's like it's pretty immediate.
For
Do it
flair.
just okay. Let's add a 3. We're at 22 now.
22.
22.
Yeah,
Oh, with the 22. Let's go.
Carlos.
My explanation.
Carlos kind of like reaches down into the desk that he's at and slides a pamphlet that seems to be bulging up a little bit across the desk and looks over his shoulder to the entrance you had seen his boss come out of and just goes, just protect them. Just don't let anyone know I gave this to you, okay? Like this is a really important key.
Do not worry, my friend. No harm will come to you or anyone else here.
Okay.
All right, I take the key and I go back to the rest of them, and I'm pretty proud of myself, but it kind of shows the way I'm walking.
Walking up with this kind of swagger.
Get my
He's
strut on.
I
The
nod.
stars aligned for
approval.
you this day.
All right. So,
Anyway, so I hold the key up.
mhm.
So,
And
go.
how-
if there's nothing specific anyone else wants to do while in the lobby, I assume you all head upstairs.
I cast
Yeah.
fireball.
Jesus.
No.
It all went south fast.
I mean, would there be wisdom in? I mean, I don't know how well y'all like checked out the lobby for evidence of.
Do you want me to stay down here and keep watch, making sure that that big ass gnome doesn't come and maybe I can distract and go woo 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 when they're here.
So,
Can you just say that again, FIFA? I didn't quite catch that. What was that sound?
Yes. So when the ass gnome comes, sorry, the big ass gnome.
the ass. No.
I will go woo 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 woo, so you know that they're on their way.
Okay, that sounds like a good idea. And then you can
Hey,
just.
would we even be able to hear that from up in the penthouse when he is down here?
Yeah, that's
Standing point.
that's the thing is you guys are on the ground level, and this has two more floors, and then the third floor would be the penthouse. So from the lobby, you wouldn't be able to hear, like
We wouldn't be able to hear.
yeah.
Unless I cast thunderclap.
Be able to hear again?
You'd hear a thunderclap.
I mean, that,
What? I mean, what if he was on like the second floor with, because you said it was like a fan staircase? Is it like open kind of thing? You know what I mean? Like,
Ooh.
So yeah,
Can we see down it?
when you go up to the second floor, it's sort of balcony all the way around with rooms going out each side, and then there is another staircase towards the other end that goes up, and then you can't see from there. Like that staircase has a full floor to it all the way across.
oh, okay. But FIFA could see the front entrance from
The balcony.
like, that
Second floor.
floor balcony.
Yes. So if FIFA went to the staircase that started on the second floor, he could see the lobby from there.
Okay. That's at least closer.
Okay. And then I could just run up.
Yeah.
I like it.
I'm surprised you're not disappointed because you will no longer have access to your strawberry water.
You know, that was kind of my main motivation for staying down here, but I'll bring some to-go cups. And I've got one right here. It's the World Cup. Big part of my character that I wasn't even thinking about.
World Cup.
FIFA on lookout duty.
Loving it. All right, so FIFA's gonna be the lookout. Is everyone else just headed up to the penthouse then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, fantastic. So you all head up the stairs. It is a very nice place. The walls have like carved in murals all across them, so there aren't really like paintings hanging. It's just, the carving of the wall that's meant to be sort of this, one nice detail. Yeah, let me think. The rooms each have like a golden number on them, and as you head your way up to the second floor, the one that has like the actual like full floor all the way across so you can't see down, excuse me, there is a lift with a trolley person standing out front of it, and it just says penthouse across the door to the lift.
Okay.
All right. Is there some place for us to put the key, or do we just go in the lift and it works?
So when you approach the attendant standing outside, goes, oh god, I'm trying to think of what voice I want to do because I don't want to do a bunch of repeating voices. The trolley person goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. This lift is specifically for penthouse residents."
Aye, and we have the key right here.
They go, "Oh, I wasn't aware Keter had any more party members in this. I thought there was everyone here, but absolutely." And they take the key from you and unlock this sort of, double sliding door. And it opens up, and they go, "The top button will take you up into the room, and then the bottom button will bring you right back here."
Thank you very much.
Okay. You all have,
So I go.
yeah, if anyone wants to talk to this person or anything like that, you can. If not, just go ahead and we'll say you head up.
I would like to casually wonder if Lord Ketter, whatever his name, Ketter,
Kettle corn.
is Lord Ketter currently in residence?
Not that I'm aware. Lord Keter specifically has not returned since he went to the festival, but a couple of the party members that he came with, like his entourage, have come and gone since.
Oh.
But that's everything. You guys head into the lift, pushing the top button, and the penthouse door closes, and you feel the whole thing lift you up into the next floor. The doors open, and you are greeted with a very dark, very wide open room. There is nice marble flooring. There is a big, the Citadel kind of logo is laid into the ground here. The curtains are all drawn and the candles are all dimmed down, so it's very dark in here, showing it seems like no one's really around. There's a short hallway with a couple closets on either side, which then goes into the much larger den area where there is, living room furniture, there's a standing bar, and then from here, a few other doors move off. There is also a fireplace at the far end of the room.
Is the fireplace lit? Not lit? Smoldering?
Embers.
Oh.
Well.
Start checking out the rooms, working in an outward fashion. So I'm gonna circle round this main area. So I'll start going left
Okay. So like going
and go
clockwise.
to investigate. Yeah, I'm gonna go clockwise round, so I'm gonna like just dip in and see what's going on.
Alrighty.
I'm gonna follow her for each room. After she clears out a room, I'm gonna go in and, you know.
After I've made it safe. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Can I roll an investigation to be looking specifically for one of those cloaks that has the symbol on it?
Yeah. I'm gonna just have all of you guys kind of roll investigation here as you sort of make your way about looking for things. FIFA, I'm gonna have you specifically roll perception, since you're
Great.
doing lookout.
Huh. Oh.
5. 1, 2. All right. So we got
This water's so good.
we got
I gotta go get
22,
seconds.
22 for Dorcas, 20 for Gildea, 2 for Azrael, and 11 for Vaza. And then FIFA's perception was 5.
Nat.
Oh, I'm so overhydrated. Where's the Louis?
Yeah, hey, if you want to say that's what it is, FIFA, you probably don't have great perception. You probably ran to find a bathroom after
Yep.
consuming a few cups of things, so you aren't looking out the best. Azrael, you're looking around, and you're not really finding much of value. Even though, like, this place is really nice and intricate, and, you know, this room is supposed to be for the higher-ups that come here. There's not much around that's like, oh, I could fetch a price for that. Like, no loose, copper pieces, nothing. Vaza, you're clearing these rooms pretty well. You don't see a major threat in any of them. The beds are made. Most of them don't even look slept in. Let me see here. Gildea 20 and Dorcas 22. Let's see here. So are these kind of like the teams, like Azrael and Vaza are going together, and then Gildea and Dorcas? Like, I'm guessing the way I'm picturing it is you guys went out different directions, and like worked your way around with the
Sure.
rooms.
Yeah.
If that's what you guys want to do, I'll go with that.
Sure.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gildea and Dorcas, you guys go to the middle room on the right side. And as you enter, you notice that this one actually has items in it. It has, some gear, some change of clothes. The bed looks slept in. It's probably the largest room that you've seen. It has its own little fireplace. It's not really like a fireplace. It's a place you can throw a couple logs to keep the heat going. It has a nice full table in it. There's a bear rug in there. The bed sits in the center and is very wide with end tables on either side. There is a window for this room. Oh, I guess it's the middle room, so it wouldn't have a window on the one side, but it has the window behind the bed. And the fire where the little logs are is going. And there is candles lit around the room. So this room has been used recently.
Ooh. Okay.
Any... Alright, so I'm going to turn to you and say, do you think that we should look through any of the gear here to find out if any of them are wearing the insignia we saw earlier?
Of course.
Alright, so we do that.
You all step in, the two of you step into this room, and the door closes behind you. The two of you, Azrael and Vaza, you see this door close behind them, and you just kind of figure they went in and, gave themselves privacy.
So
Do you think he's gonna have
In
any
the
chance?
middle of a mission?
Any chance whatsoever, Azrael? What do you reckon his chances are here?
thanks.
I give him a 2.
A 2? Okay.
Give him a 2. The door closes behind the two of you, and as you, I assume, go to try it, since neither of you were the one to close it, you realize it is locked.
Great.
we hear
Yep.
this? Do we hear them trying the door?
I'd say probably not. I'd say you heard the door close, but it's kind of far across this room. Of course, takes up the whole floor. Like this penthouse takes up the whole floor of the building. So hearing the door jiggle probably wouldn't be something you hear.
So we just
Well-
carried on about our business at the other end.
Yes, I'd say so.
Very
Yeah.
important business.
Advantage of it.
You mean by investigating, correct?
What else would I mean?
Just checking.
Once again, I feel I have said something that is not right.
I'm going to. I don't know. Do I need to roll another investigation on this room?
No, I'm gonna run it off the same one just because you guys are still through this same investigation period. As you look about the items in the room, you realize they all have the Ketter's seal, the one for that royal family. So this is definitely of his stuff. The bed is unkept and unmade. The curtains for the window are wide open, and nothing seems like, I don't know really how to put this. The place hasn't been tended too well. Like typically when you get up from a table, you push the chair in. When you leave, you close the blinds because you don't want anyone looking in. You don't leave the fire going. It just seems like this place was left in a rush. Like nothing was put back together. FIFA, I want you to roll another perception check.
Alrighty.
Just because I figure you're probably out of the bathroom by now. That is a 20.
Ooh.
You come
Yay.
walking out of this sort of restroom on the second floor, and as you walk up to the balcony, and I'm guessing stick your head between the bars, since you can't
Yes,
really see up over.
100%.
You look down and you see a very large gnome standing at the counter. He has a few people around him, and there is a going back and forth between Carlos and the gnome, and you then hear, "What do you mean someone took a key?" And,
I book it towards that lift that I saw them go up.
alrighty. Go ahead and make an athletics check. I want to see how fast you can get there.
Oh god. Can I guide myself?
I don't. Can you guide yourself? Is that something you can do?
I think it's just a touch, so I think I can.
I'm gonna say yes. I've heard other people do that before. I'm gonna give you that.
Okay.
13.
And I'm adding the D4. Maybe if I can figure it out. Hope I
That's
accidentally
2d4.
rolled 2. Here's 1d4. Sorry, I'm using my phone because it's much faster.
You're all right.
That's 4. So,
Okay, so-
13 plus 4 is a number. That is
17.
21.
16.
13 plus 4 is 17.
17.
17.
17.
But that's about right for FIFA. That's okay. That's your math.
Yeah,
That's
you-
Yep.
You book it up the stairs. They do not slow you down. You're getting to the point where you can even skip a few steps as you're rushing up. And you make your way all the down the hallway. And we're gonna.
And as soon as I feel like I'm within earshot, I'm gonna go. Oh, whoa, 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 oh, whoa, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa.
You come sprinting and start making that noise, and the attendant who is watching the lift goes, "Sir, I need you to calm down. Sir, calm down." And is
Sorry. I just need to get up. Very quickly, please.
okay. Do you have a key?
Yes, my friends have the key up there. I'm with the Silver Wolves. I'm with the people that came before. There's 2 Dragonborn. I think a human, and I wasn't paying
Okay,
attention.
you could have easily seen them come in. They did not tell me they were with the Silver Wolves. They just gave me a key. So unless you have a key, I cannot let you up, sir.
Oh, okay. Excuse me for a second. I'm gonna sneeze. And I look around as I'm like feigning that I'm about to sneeze, and I look for a place where I can cast Thunder Wave where I won't hurt anybody. Is there a place like nearby that'll work?
I'm gonna say there's no one else in this hallway, and Thunderwave would kind of stay isolated to it. So just anywhere
Because I'm trying to make that loud noise, but I'm going.
Oh.
And I'm casting it.
I got you. Thunderwave comes out of you, right? So
Yes.
if you're doing it in front of this attendant, he's gonna take a hit from it.
I'm gonna face away from him.
So it goes in the direction you're facing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
Or
what is it?
It's
No, it comes out of
yeah.
2-foot cube.
It's a
Oh,
cube.
cube. I say, oh, back up! It's gonna be a big one.
Okay. I'll let you cast it then if you back up far enough away without hurting him.
Yeah.
He's like
Is
all
there
the way down the hall.
Yeah, it'll fall long enough to.
I'll say the hall is long enough. Yes. You're probably like at the end of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you cast Thunderwave, and we're gonna cut up to the penthouse before we match this out. Vaza and Azriel, you guys are on the other side of the room. The door that Dorcas and Gildea went in closed, and you guys aren't really finding anything out of the ordinary in these rooms.
Well, this is a bust.
You really did just like nick from everybody, didn't you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, we're part of a group now. You might as well just admit it.
I have done nothing.
You're gonna stay on that hill?
What hill? I don't know what you're talking about.
I want you to roll performance to see how convincing you, like, if you can tell you're convincing her in this sort of like, nah, denial. It's taking a while. 9. You you can tell that it's not that Vaz is playing with you or trying to like anything. Your lies that you can typically just deny your way out of, she's not having it. She's seeing right through you. Her just calling you on your shit is there.
I'm still gonna deny it.
Figured. Dorcas and Gildea. You are searching around this room. You're seeing that it seems like somebody left in a rush. As you're looking around, both of you make a perception check.
That's not super good.
I know how that roll feels.
Ew.
Also not.
Not super great. Gildea,
Yep.
even though the blinds are open and the fire's going and there are candles lit, this room seems significantly darker than it was when you walked in.
Oh.
Can I roll an Arcana check?
Yes, you can.
Okay, so fail.
15. 11 plus 4. Dorcas. That uneasy feeling you got when your ice beam melted against the fireball, you get that same uneasy feeling in terms of magic.
They were here. At least the one who casted the fireball spell.
Oof.
And as you sort of get
I guess.
as you sort of get that feeling, you notice a figure sitting at the table that has the chairs out of it. And the figure goes, "Sit down. I'd like to have a talk."
Do they hear
Right.
my boom at this point?
And in the "I'd like to have a talk," there is a ground quaking boom.
Oh shit.
Hey, they're coming.
Go ahead.
I guess I'm gonna sit down because I don't believe we can win at a fight against this guy.
Okay.
If it is who I think it is, so I'm gonna sit down.
when he starts talking, do I see him or do I just hear like disembodied voice?
No, the two of you see this figure sitting there.
Oh, okay. I don't. Mm-mm.
I will say the figure is like a shadow. Like you can't discern an actual body from it. It just seems like a shadow is sitting in this chair.
I'll look at you like, please don't make me be the only one sitting here.
Fine.
All right. The two of you sit down. A ground-shaking boom is thrown out across the building as you all feel. You all, of course, feel the shake. Dust falls from the ceiling. Azriel and Vaza, you two are across the room, and you see a few things fall off of tables as the ground shakes, and one of the windows on the far side of the wall actually cracks up the side of it as this happens. What is your reaction?
Well, the goblin lookout worked.
Are we sure the little guy meant to do that?
Probably not. No. Let's meet back with the others and plan how we're gonna get out of this.
Jumping to FIFA. FIFA, you just let out this massive explosion. The walls, the ornate carvings on the walls shift and crack. Some of the doors sort of push off their hinges, and a couple of them splinter that one are closer to you. And the resonant force, of course it didn't do any damage, but pushes the attendant up against the wall that they are guarding. And they sort of shrink to the ground and hold their hand up. They goes, please, I didn't mean anything.
I run away.
You begin running back down the staircase, and as you open up to the balcony area, you see that this large gnome, who you recognize now as Mike O'Ketter, now that they are facing you, and his entourage are heading towards you across the balconies.
Oh yes, Count Kettlecorn! Pleasure to see you.
He is kind of bracing himself off of the railing that is there, and he goes, "What? I'm sorry. Who are you?"
Oh, that's not important. How are you? I didn't realize you were staying at this establishment.
Yeah. Did you just feel that? Is that an earthquake?
Oh, it was wild, wasn't it? I didn't think we were living on a fault line.
He sort of shakes his head and goes, I'm sorry, and I'm in a bit of a rush. I need to get to my room."
Oh yes, might I bring you up some strawberry water? It's really delightful.
He goes, "No, I have wine, thank you." And
Oh, you'd like to age your strawberry water a little bit longer. Tell me, what's your favorite vineyard? What's your preferred vintage, if I might ask?
Go ahead and roll performance to kind of keep his attention in this conversation.
Can I roll with disadvantage?
With disadvantage?
Because I'm just like, I'm panicking. I'm like,
okay, yeah. If you feel you should have disadvantage in this, I will make sure you. I will say you do.
I do feel I should have disadvantage. Oh, sorry, I rolled on my computer instead of my phone, so it's gonna take
It's
about
okay.
20 minutes. Anybody see any good movies lately? 13.
13. You seem to
Do you
keep his
have to roll a
attention.
second and you take the lower one with disadvantage?
No, he rolled.
I rolled with disadvantage on D&D Beyond.
Yeah.
If you side click, you can select disadvantage.
So
Yeah.
he seems to be invested in what you're trying to talk about. Like he seems to have an interest in wine, but his entourage is seeming to try to like keeps him taking one step every couple words. But he is engaged in this conversation with you.
I'm gonna like backstep still. I'm just gonna like do this a little bit.
To just kind of keeping with him, just like we want to keep this conversation.
What are you? Do you like Pinots? Do you like Cabernets? Do you like a good shard.
Oh, I'm a big fan of the Chardonnay. Actually, I have a few of them with me.
Ooh, okay. Do you like it? So you must like a dinner of fish then, because you like the whiter wines.
Oh, you know it. Fish is one of my favorite meals I've ever had. The large pond in Savine, well, not really a pond, it's more of a lake, however you want to call it, has some of the best salmon that you've ever had.
Oh, incredible! I'll have to make a visit next time I'm down that way.
We're gonna jump back up to Dorcas and Gildea, who are now in this sort of dimmed room. This shadow is sitting across from the both of you and goes, "You're taking quite an interest in something you shouldn't be."
And why is that? Why shouldn't we be interested?
Well, you see, I have a certain benefactor, and if you were to get in the way of what that benefactor wanted, well, it wouldn't be the best for you.
Your benefactor who wants to kill the queen.
Killing the queen is such a harsh term. We prefer the term freeing Persalon.
And so, what, you just came here just to tell us that we shouldn't be interested in this?
I'm giving you a chance to walk away. Turn around, give your coins back to those friends of yours in their stupid silver robes, and act like this never happened. Go on with your lives.
I'm looking over to you like...
I want to bluff
Oh,
and
good lord.
see if we can just like tell him, yeah, sure, we'll do that. Deception?
Yes, deception.
Oh crap.
It hasn't popped up for me.
Maybe you should roll this.
I should do that? Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know
wait.
what yours is, but mine is a negative number, so
Yeah, much better than that.
Gildea, I will say if you're trying to be like, oh yeah, okay, we will leave, you will roll, and then I will have Dorcas roll as a help. So you can take like a help action typically, to where you can like add on to be convincing to this.
Okay.
I don't know if there's a specific die you're supposed to roll, or if you just also roll the same another check.
Idea.
Oh, you have a different idea?
Yeah.
Okay.
But we're not really able to communicate what we're...
Well, you know, there is always the tromping on someone's foot under the table mechanic.
Okay.
So
You know.
if you
Yes, my favorite.
if Gildea, I guess, would start, Dorcas, you would have to write a sleight of hand to sort of give the foot tap without being noticed.
Okay.
Oh shit.
You go to make the stomp, and the table sort of shakes when you do it. You're, a large dragonborn, so you put down a little more force than you were expecting.
Sorry, I'm not used to furniture made for humans. Might I inquire? This benefactor of yours seems to have perhaps goals which might align with mine.
You hear sort of like a very deep laugh coming, and it echoes around this room as it happens, and the shadow goes, "I wouldn't say you killing my associates puts us on the same playing field."
Look here, when someone launches a fireball at me, I'm going to be defending myself.
Oh, please, it wasn't at you. I'm very good at what I do.
I think the world revolves around me, alright? Let's just cut to the chase here. You're a powerful person. That is something that interests me.
I will say that Vaza and Azrael, were you guys headed to try to see what they were up to in this room?
Yes.
Yeah.
Should I roll a perception check on that because I'm lying out my ass?
Yes. Roll deception. And while you do that, I'll say, Azrael and Vaza, you've made it to the door,
good.
and you're without doing any checks or anything like that, you're hearing a back and forth happen from the other side of this wall. With a 20, he's taking a moment. You can't see any facial expression on the shadow, but they seem to have like shifted in a way like they're thinking about something. In this sort of happening, I guess. Azrael and Vaza, you are outside the door and hearing an exchange.
I try the door and I realize it's locked and it's not opening.
Mm-hmm.
So I motion towards my dragonborn companion, like, would you like to do something about this?
My God. I feel like you're the master lock picker, my friend. Lock pick away.
How would you know that I can pick a lock? I have no idea where you would get these thoughts from.
Dorcas and Gildea, through the silence of the shadow thinking, you can hear this conversation happening on the other side of the door.
Oh my god.
I will say that with time passing, FIFA, you are now still, I'm assuming, doing the back pedal, now up the stairs towards the second floor. You guys are making that
knowing that
kind of
progress.
progress.
That attendant is there and terrified of me, I'm going to. Well, I don't want to keep you much further. If you would care to talk more, I'd love to learn more about your favorite vintages, and this salmon lake sounds fascinating. But I will be at the bar. You've piqued my interest. I'm going to see what kinds of chardonnays they have down there.
He shakes your hand and gives you a little tap on the shoulder and goes, absolutely, I'd love to see you again, but unfortunately, life of a lord is very busy.
Pleasure. Of course, I understand. I'm quite busy myself. And I make a deep bow and I head towards the front desk, and I head there and I say, I'm afraid I might have given the elevator attendant to the penthouse suite a little bit of a fright earlier, and I wanted to make amends through you. I don't want them to be scared of seeing me again, but I wonder if you can deliver something to them for me.
Carlos goes, absolutely. What were you thinking of?
I just drop 15 gold.
Shit. You do that, and Carlos's eyes get really wide.
Tell them I'm horrendously sorry.
Jump back up to Vaza and Azrael, who are discussing what to do about the door in front of them, whether they're going to pick the lock or break it down.
You have the tools in your backpack.
Look, I'm prepared for multiple situations. It doesn't mean I'm any sort of thief.
I'm not accusing you of being a thief, but we need to get in this room, and rather than me smacking it, we don't know how close they are to the door. I don't want to hit either of them. Just open the door.
Hearing this talk back and forth, the shadow talks to you two and goes, it appears we're running out of time for you to make your decision. Your friends, I don't think, will wait for us to be prepared.
And you have no response to what I said to you just a bit earlier.
I think you have, and from this sort of shadow, a bright glow where two eyes would be, a bright yellow glow appears for a moment and then dims back out, and the voice goes, potential.
Is he saying that specifically to me or to both of us?
To the figure kind of shifts back and forth, so it seems like it's to both of you. But they go, I think you have potential. However, I can't do much from here.
Then tell us where there might be a place where you could do more.
Oh, if only it were that easy. Sadly, though, I think I must be off. And the shadow seems to rise from the chair and goes, heed my warning. Stop your investigation, and maybe we'll meet each other. Until then, and we are going to jump back to Vaza and Azriel, who are deciding on this door.
Fine. Turn around.
Round? What do you need privacy?
Good question. You're asking me to do something. I expect a little courtesy.
I will stand to the side. I do not provide my back to anyone. I have
You could have made this
issues.
easy on both of us.
You are impossible. The goblin is better than you. I will stand two
I will say
paces
this.
back.
I will say this. When you say the goblin is better than you, the door opens. And Dorcas and Gildea, the shadow vanishes as the door cracks open.
That we weren't like caught in a compromising just position.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna look at the door in indignant rage and then back at Azriel and
See? I did it by myself.
You did nothing.
you did absolute crap. We need to go find FIFA. We need to get out of here. We don't know how close no man is.
And from down the hallway, there is the sound of a ring, and then ding!
Well, that was closer than I expected.
Well, I've done all I can do.
Can we, oh my god, if we went out the window, is there anything we can do with that?
I will say you look out the window, and without a perception check or anything, there is a building that is a little bit smaller, a few feet from this wall. That is persuasion.
Oh, that's the wrong one, okay.
I'm sorry. Yeah, if
I
you want to...
persuade the building to come
Not the
closer.
right one either, oh my god, I can't read.
You would
okay.
need athletics, I assume?
Athletics would be doing it if you wanted to jump, but I guess if you're trying to see, like, could I make that jump? I would say investigation is probably what you would do if you're trying to be like, could I make that jump? If it's something you're thinking
Okay.
about.
Is that for, can we all make that jump, or is that just for?
Do you two now
Oh.
rush into the room, I presume?
Oh my
Now
god.
that, this conversation has gone the way it has?
Yeah, we're now in the room.
I
Okay.
pushed it open, just peeking in.
You peek in to see Gildea and Dorcas have stood up on the bed and are looking out the window behind it and kind of, I would guess, going back and forth of like, can we make that jump? I think we can make that jump. Should we do it? But it does look just a little bit far based on what you can see.
A little bit what?
It looks a little far. Like, you're looking at it and it's an intimidating jump.
Yeah, I mean, I did roll a 1.
Yeah,
so.
you guys rolled pretty low. I'll say you're looking at it and it's like, that's a jump. That's a hell of a jump.
What other choice do we have? And we go back, we're gonna run right into the,
We were securing his quarters.
From what?
I can handle this conversation.
The threat earlier in the day.
Look, you're an elf, right?
I am.
Look, the pointy-eared one says he can handle it, so let's let him try.
Alright.
Very well. Azriel, I want to know how you start this conversation. This entourage and Lord Keter are walking into the main room as this decision is made of like, we're gonna let Azriel try.
Lord Keter.
In this.
It's great for you to join us. As you can see, we have been securing your room. I am, of course, the Lord Commander's deputy that has been blessed by the crown themselves. Therefore, you must know that we have your utmost protection in mind. So we wanted to make sure that when you came back, everything was in order for you.
Make a deception check.
Absolutely.
It could be really good or really bad.
That's the thing.
Yeah, it's not so good.
That's a 9.
So good.
That's a 9. Keter looks at you and goes, I see. And kind of takes a look around at some of the things that have fallen and broken from that big boom that had happened. And goes, because by the look of things, it seems like you are tearing apart my quarters.
No, as you see, you felt the earthquake that happened. I don't know where that came from. We were trying to piece it back together. As you can see, we were around here.
And the three of us help with a persuasion check to like dip in on this.
Yeah. If you guys have a way to help, you can give your own persuasion checks to kind of give your own helping hands.
Oh God.
Oh God.
Oh. Okay, I didn't roll horrible.
Okay.
Oh no.
I start to speak, but unfortunately I find that my throat is very dry and I just kind of like in his direction, and that's all I manage.
One of the entourage members gives you a just very deep glare as you just kind of lose your composure completely in this room. Gildea, that wasn't too bad. What are you trying to do to help convince this argument?
No. Lord Keter, in our investigation, I have. Might I ask you a question? The room behind us here looks as though it has been used. Is this the room that you were using? We wanted to make sure that we could rule out any nefarious parties having been in here since you were last present.
So you say all this, and Lord Keter begins staring daggers at you. And as he does, I'm gonna roll something real quick right here.
Oh no.
You kind of get this chill down your spine as it does it. I mean, he's of course significantly smaller than you, but this sort of sense of like, this is different being in front of this person, face to face. Like, you hear rumors about the War Gnome, but you kind of start to see why he has that nickname. And he goes, not only are there strangers in my room, there is a Malian commander amongst all of them. And one of the entourage members puts their hand on a sword that they have at their hip, and he goes, I'm gonna give you all 5 seconds to leave this room with your lives. 1.
I think that's all we need here. Let's get out this door right now.
Your gracious Lord, thank you so much for this opportunity.
2.
I don't believe we will waste this, and thank you. Have a great day.
Vaza, you've been quiet.
I am just gonna nod in the direction of the one that is not happy with me for the burst forward. Say nothing, but just keep myself firmly within grasp of any of my weapons that I have as I back around everybody, because I will not show any of them my back regardless of the situation. I will be reversing my way out of this room.
So yeah, you all sort of book it out. Oh, Doris, I didn't say anything about your persuasion roll. That's a damn shame.
You sure didn't.
I'm so
It's okay.
sorry. It's okay, because I feel like with the combination of the 0 and the 3, the way it goes kind of makes sense.
Yep.
So
I mean, that was gonna make it way worse, but yeah.
I'm gonna say that that's a pretty good way for it to run. You all absolutely tear out of this room, going down the elevator, heading through the hallway. You see the cracks and splintered doors from the sonic boom that had come earlier. The attendant is still a little shooken up and trying to like straighten their clothes and knock the dust off of themselves. And you head down into the lobby where FIFA is at the counter, sort of flashing some coin at the attendant there.
That catches my eye.
Do you think I could get a Chardonnay as well, with some of this gold?
I'm gonna grab him by the scruff so we can get that
Leave.
ape here.
And I'm gonna hold the door open
Whoa, never mind.
as we
No, no,
leave
no.
and exit this tavern.
I want Gildea to do a strength check just to see how easy it is for you to
It's
take FIFA.
so easy.
I'll give you advantage
I
because of
weigh
his size.
75 pounds soaking wet.
Yeah, I'll give you advantage because of his size.
Wait, strength? So...
Yeah, strength
Where
check.
do I even...
You should be able
think
to click on the modifier.
On the strength thing. Oh, you have it.
That's a
Easy.
nat
Barely
20.
any-
That is a nat
No
20.
one even rolling
Honestly,
again.
no point rolling again. You can't get bigger than that. You just in one foul swoop, alley-oop, pick up this goblin who's standing in front, and just basically throw him over your back and just start walking out with him, as if he's nothing. You all walk out, and you are in this sort of courtyard fountain area with all of the where the hotel sits.
Can I have tried to sleight of hand some of the gold that was falling?
I don't think anything was falling. I think it was just sitting on the table in front.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Always
Okay.
Listen, I can't give him all the gold, all right? But yeah, you are all outside and away from Mike O'Ketter. Just your head
Well,
in
that went well.
your head in your hands,
Did you
Mr.
get my
Nerd.
message? They were coming.
Hey,
We heard.
Oh,
I
thank
look
you.
around, like all the damage that's been done. Yeah.
From outside, you can see a few of the windows have cracks in them, and there's some chipping on some of the stonework outside.
Well, I gave them all the gold I had, so hopefully that'll be enough to fix the damage.
I think everyone in the next couple squares heard your signal. And I set him down.
How did it go?
well,
Did you find any proof?
I
Yeah,
Ah,
what was happening inside that room? Who were you talking to before it opened and me and
I mean,
Azriel
when
got
I opened it.
in? What when the door opened, and we entered. Who was in there with you?
Think we should talk about this out in the open.
I
think
agree. She's very smart. We should listen to whatever she says.
Okay.
I want Dorcas, I want you to do a charisma check, and Gildea, I suppose insight would be your response.
Totally appropriate right there.
Because
I am speaking truth.
yeah,
I'm just
I'm not saying you're flirting, but like because Gildea has like feels
flirting.
like
That's 100% what I'm doing.
okay,
Ooh, I didn't roll that well.
11. So Gildea,
Oh, I rolled way shittier.
you get the
Oh, yeah.
sense that this Dragonborn is definitely trying, to put some kind of moves on you, but it's
Oh, yeah.
it's kind of fallen off.
Yeah. Let's go down to the closest tavern in the market district.
So
There will be plenty of people there to mask the noise of our conversation.
before
Again, how old are you?
I think I'm like 40 something.
Okay, so you're like twice my age.
before we head to this tavern, do we want to take a short break so everybody can use the bathroom, get a drink, whatever they have to do, and then come back?
Yeah.
Yes.
real quick,
Okay.
I would like to mention to Dorcas, as he obviously is down because he just got shot down. Ah, my friend, a little lacking with the ladies. That's okay. We can fix that.
We can?
Just stick with me.
I'm going to pretend like I didn't obviously hear this mention that Rio has made to Dorcas, and I will like just move a few steps away, and share again another knowing look with Gildea about what has just transpired.
I'm looking at Asriel like he might be my new best friend.
I am going to audibly snort and conceal a laugh.
Alrighty, and with
So wait.
Hmm?
You say I'm the tallest one of us too, right? Like
I think so. What are you like? Oh God, I don't even know.
6'6".
You're 6'6".
Probably.
I think the only
Yeah.
one close to you is either Azriel or Gildea.
Okay.
I'm 6 foot.
6 foot.
I'm
What
just
about?
thinking of Asriel, just like saying this to. I'm standing probably a head taller than him, but I'm just looking at him like with
What
big
is-
puppy dog eyes.
I think he said his height, but I didn't hear him.
I'm 6 foot as well.
Okay, so
Okay.
it's you are the tallest, but not by a whole terrible amount.
Yeah, it's just a funny image to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and then
He's like up a little bit.
as the party travels to this tavern, I'm gonna put on the pause screen. We're gonna take a short break so everybody can use the bathroom and everything. There won't be any sound, but as soon as we're all back and ready to go, I will unpause and we'll get right back to it. So everybody stretch, hydrate, whatever you gotta do, and we will be back. Alrighty, adventurers, welcome back. Sometimes the storytellers and the adventurers, they just need a short rest, a break from talking, but we're back and we're ready to talk more. That's our favorite thing to do.
Let's talk some.
Let's rap about it. So, I got Beardy on it.
I love that. That was beautiful.
I almost
That was
spat
so
my
well
drink.
timed. That was so
Let's
well
rap
timed.
about it.
Let's rap about it. Anyway, so you all leave the Golden Pillows High Class Tavern, headed down to, I believe you guys wanted to go to a tavern in the Mid District?
In the market district.
Okay. So as you all head down into the Market District, there's a lot more activity going around. There isn't the big festival that you all witnessed as you came into the city. Though there is a lot of foot traffic, people are talking and mumbling. You hear the occasional whispers of the attempted assassination on the Queen. You hear people, going back and forth on what they think happened. But it seems to be pretty lively going on around here. There is you come into a very large, sort of circular shaped main square where there are stalls and things set up. There is the road you came from, which leads up to the upper district, I suppose. There is in front of you, which will lead a little further into the market district and then down into the lower district, and then a road either way that kind of takes you around the market. Full of you see shops. There are nicer houses. There are townhouses with multiple families living in them. There market stalls, all kinds of things around. This is the place to do business if you're coming to the city for that. Is there a specific tavern? This is the opportunity I'm going to kind of give you guys to do some world building, because I don't have an exact layout of what the city looks like. I have a mental image in my head of the walls and the parameters and things, but when it comes to like specific things in the city, I don't have everything laid out. Some of you, I know Vaza only came into the city today. Like, she walked through the gates today. FIFA's probably been here for a day or so. Azrael's definitely been here for, I'd say, maybe a week. Dorcas, you've been here, I'd say, probably about the same amount of time as FIFA or Azrael, and Gildea, you've been here for months. So if there's a place that any of you are just like, oh yeah, I remember this tavern or something like, of course not being like, oh, I remember the Poop Fart Tavern or something like that. If there is a place that you're like, my character hung out here a lot, this is your opportunity to kind of give that suggestion. You guys can do world building. That's what I want, is all of us to build this world together. So
one of the taverns, I frequented one of them for a while, just kind of practicing tricks and doing small performances for people.
Okay.
Just to practice for what was going to be happening in the ceremony that didn't happen. And don't ask me the name of it because I'm awful at naming things. But I've been there a lot.
Okay.
In as much as you can be there in a week.
Would you say that you have sort of a reserved room at this tavern? Like, this was like, you came into town, you're like, that one, and then you got a room and kind of reserved your place?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you've been staying in a tavern. I've been sleeping down by the fish market.
That explains the
Just in an
stench.
alley.
What did Azrael say?
That explains the stench.
Oh.
Look, I just wanted to have a room nearby where I could do my performances and perhaps meet people who might be interested in what I have to offer.
Do they do chicken wings at this tavern?
I
think we should go there.
All right.
Love that being the basis for your decisions.
The Blue Star Tavern it is.
I can go with that. Blue Star Tavern?
I don't know.
No, I'm perfectly fine with that.
Yes, and I think the barkeep there is named Tony Wintersbottom.
I'll give you that one. was it? Tony Wintersbottom?
Yeah.
That's a hyphenated name.
Yes, Winter's hyphen bottom.
Yep.
Two great tavern keeps, tavern keep houses in the land, united a generation ago.
Yes.
Very well. All right. And you redeemed it too, just to lock it in. So
Fair's fair.
fair is fair. So you guys travel about. There's, like I said, plenty of crowds on the road. People making their murmurs about what had happened at the castle and did you hear who's the new queen and things of the like. But business seems to be kind of going as normal. You make your way to the Blue Star Tavern. It has a nice upper porch with a big archway sign above it and a big bright blue star right in the center of it. You go in and there's not a whole lot of people. Most of the people have been doing stuff outside. No one's really spending a lot of time in taverns. But I'd say there's one or two people at the bar and maybe one of the corner booths has a small group of people in it. But aside from that, no one's really here. And of course there is the barkeep who is sort of running the show, cleaning glasses and making drinks.
Right.
I go over to the bar and order my usual, which is a glass of milk.
I love it. Tony pulls out a glass and fills it with milk, and he goes, now I know I ask you every time, do you want it chilled?
You know how I like it, Tony.
He takes a deep sigh, and you see some frost kind of come from his hand as the glass he made chilled, and he slides it across to you.
Thank you, my friend.
Who are your friends here, Dorcas? Haven't seen you come in with anybody.
I'm kind of the wee one over there is named FIFA.
Hey.
The extravagant-looking man over there with the pointy ears is Azrael. My fellow Dragonborn is named Vasa. And this is Gildea over here. We are traveling together for a time.
Well, with how long you've been here and the business you've been bringing me, Dorcas, and friend of yours is a friend of mine. It's nice to meet you all. Can I get you a drink?
Yes, I've got the tickling craving for a Chardonnay, if you please.
You bet. He begins making that and goes, anybody else?
Bourbon and chicken wings, please.
He goes, sure thing, and he knocks on like a window that's built into the wall, and it slides open, and he goes, chicken wings, and it closes back, and you hear some work start beginning behind the wall.
Oh, that's fun.
I'm excited. I've never had a Chardonnay before.
I will have a glass of your most crystal water.
He goes, all right, don't get many people ordering water in here, but sure. And for you, ma'am, looking at Gildea.
A pint of ale.
Understood. He begins making all these drinks. Gildea, roll a check, and I won't tell you which one.
Okay.
So I don't do this as often as I'd like to. I want to do this thing where I have you guys roll checks, and I add the modifier afterwards, so that way, if you don't notice it, it doesn't ruin suspicions of things. And it's not always a bad thing. It might just be something you notice, but if you're not looking for it, there's no reason for me to tell you why, you know? So you can just roll a d20, and then I will add your modifier for the check that I wanted you to do.
All right.
Okay. What is going on? You rolled 12 d20s and got a 111.
I didn't mean to. Just take the first one.
Okay, I'm gonna take the 11. Give me a moment while I get the right modifier in.
What is on your?
Oh, I was like, what is this?
How did you even do that?
Well, so like I hit the little button that brings up like just the different dice, and then I hit the D21, and then I thought I needed to just like hit it again to make it actually roll.
Oh, you just
But
started
it-
mashing it.
One, and yeah.
Oh boy. Well, so with the modifier that I added as perception, and you notice as all this is happening, a shadow box of metals up on the wall behind the bar, and it is a Telbok set of metals. Telbok being the nation that you are allied with.
Bart, are those is that from your service? I don't know why I'm starting to get an accent.
Because so many of them are supposed to.
Oh,
Yes.
The bartender Tony looks over and kind of gives a deep sigh and goes, they're my brothers actually. He never made it home, but I kept him. He is, but
it's
go ahead. I'm sorry. No, you're right.
it's hell losing comrades in battle.
He comes back with all of your drinks and sort of spreads them out on the bar, and he goes, I wouldn't know, but he didn't talk very kindly of it, so I'd imagine it is. He goes, your chicken wings will be out in a minute. Is there anything else I can get for you folks?
Thank you. No, I'm
Nope.
set and good to go.
Thank you, Tony. I think we're fine here.
All right, well, if you need
I
any...
take a big gulp of my Chardonnay and immediately spit it out because I don't like it.
He gives kind of a weird look at you and goes, well, if there's anything else you need, I'm right here. And sort of taps at the bar and goes back to working with what he was doing.
So you've been staying here for a while, Dorcas. Have you seen anyone with this sigil? Is anyone else staying here in the other rooms that you've noticed?
Not that I've seen, but after what we witnessed in the room that Gildea and I were in, I'm not surprised that I haven't seen them here.
Did you guys tell them what was going on in the room? Because I remember Vazza saying we shouldn't, or no, Gildea was like we shouldn't talk about this here.
Yeah.
So that's what we're about to do.
Okay, gotcha. Just
So
making sure.
my follow-up is, so what did happen?
Well, there was a shadowy figure that appeared in the room directly after the door shut and locked behind us of its own accord.
Pretty sure it's the same guy who did the fireball that was meant for the queen.
Really?
His magic felt the same as it did then.
Ooh. Well, no wonder you were. Yeah. Okay.
Aye. Anyway, he told us that we should stop our investigation if we wanted to remain healthy.
Healthy?
Yes.
Aye.
You mean alive, right?
Yes. That is definitely the inference.
Did I not just say that?
No.
Right. Anyway, he seemed to think that at least the two of us had what he called potential. For what, I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah. He did not elaborate.
Did he get out of the room?
He was there 1 minute and gone the next.
I think he heard the two of you arguing outside.
I mean, obviously, he ran away when I opened the door.
I'm gonna scoff and just shake my head.
Okay.
He did seem to say that if we halted our investigation, he might be willing to contact us again. Though I don't know if that's going to be very soon after today.
Do you think we should go back and tell anyone at the castle this, or do you think we should carry on with our investigations?
Did not know.
Castle's a bunch of stiffs. I think we need more.
Well,
The other course of action would be to do nothing and hope that he contacts us. Therefore, we might be able to infiltrate his organization from the inside, although that could take far too long and an attempt may be made on the Queen again before we do this.
As you're all sort of making this conversation, sorry, hang on. Excuse me, sorry. Tony comes back over with Vaz's order of wings. Are you all sitting at the bar, or did you move to a table? I just wanted that specified.
I would say move to a table.
Move
Yeah, I
to a
would say
table? Okay.
Yeah.
Tony comes over and sets the wings in front of Vaza and goes, Dorcas, not to pry. It's just kind of my job to make sure I know what's going on in here. Did I hear y'all say you were looking for somebody?
Aye.
Well, plenty of people come in and out of here all the time, and, you've been doing your shows and things. Is there anything I can do to help?
We're looking for someone who is sporting an emblem of a tree being struck by lightning.
A tree being struck by lightning. Do you got a picture of it?
Did anyone actually grab a...
Let me draw you.
We did, but I'm wary of actually showing it because we don't. I mean, can I roll like an insight to? I want to know like what is his motivation for asking? Is it what he says it is?
Yeah, sure thing.
Okay.
That's a 5. I'm having the camera issues again. I don't understand why it's just your guys' camera. But it keeps doing that for me. I guess we'll just give it a second. It should correct itself. Why are you doing so many rolls?
I don't.
Stop pushing the button!
I'm not doing anything. It just like did it when I like picked up my phone.
It's okay.
It might have a setting like if you like move your phone, it's like you're rolling the dice, and so...
Oh,
How do I
yeah. You have like the
I love how you
shake.
just rolled a 127, though. I have to say that's just beautiful.
That's impressive. But the insight check itself is 5. 4 plus 1. You don't get any bad reads from this guy. I mean, like, yeah, you don't really know the people around you very much, but like Dorcas has apparently known him for a while. Doesn't seem like he's a bad dude.
If we have it, we can show it to him. I say we do it.
Let me check something real quick. Let me see if I have a few rings here. Let me see if I have the emblem on one of them.
Jeez, we're doing this. Okay.
Are you pulling out the rings?
I'm pulling out the rings.
Dorcas, make an investigation. Make an investigation.
This is the moment.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
Oh, what is it? What is it? What is it? What is it? That's an 18. You know those rings. Those class rings are the same class rings that went missing from you a year ago.
Where did you get these?
Oh, I've just found them in my travels.
I've been looking for those for over a year now.
Oh, wow, what a coincidence. What happened to them?
Well, I was in. Oh, where was I when I met Robert?
You were in Malia, coming out of the Malia's school for wizarding.
Right, I was in Malia. It's where I met Robert there, I believe, and It's the last time I remember having them.
Malia, I don't recognize the place at all. I don't believe I've been there.
Roll deception. Roll deception, and we're gonna go at it against Dorcas's 18 that he already rolled for
I
investigation.
just saw him spit out his drink.
I was expecting you to be like, oh yes, I found these there. Like what
I've been
Looking.
observing this interaction, and because I can smell Asriel's bullshit from miles, I am just slowly enjoying my chicken wings and just shaking my head again.
That is a 15. He is full of shit. Dorcas.
Do you think I could have one of those?
Vaza?
I do not see how else you could have acquired them, since that is where they were, and there is no mistaking that they belong to me.
I don't know what to tell you. If you're interested in them, I would sell them to you at a fair price.
A fair price? They do not belong to you. They belong to me.
But they're with me, so obviously they belong to me.
They're opposite sides of the table. I'm just gonna slide a small plate of chicken wings over to FIFA for him to have next to
No,
his
I am just
Chardonnay.
mimicking Vaza. I'm just like eating and enjoying the drama. I take a sip of Chardonnay because I forgot that I hate it. The heck out.
Is the shark
You had not been to Malia, because that is where they would have been. So the question is, did you find them because they fell in my pocket somewhere, or did you take them off my person yourself?
I've never met you before in my life. How dare you?
That's not even a lie. I can't even make you roll for that. That's not even a lie.
So you're saying that you picked them off the ground then?
Oh man.
Yes.
So, I mean, you're still using the same deception. Dorcas, this guy, he's not a convincing person to you.
And he's using the same deception. Okay.
Yeah, I'm because it's all a part of the same lie.
Yeah, I know, but I feel like you should give him another shot.
I'll give him another shot. I'll give you a shot to roll insight.
You want me to roll insight?
Yeah, because if he's continuing this lie and you're gonna try to keep, getting him on it, you're gonna roll he'll roll deception. Did you roll deception, Ezreal, or a new one?
Oh, I didn't roll a new deception though.
Yeah, roll a new one. We'll see how this goes. 13. Yeah, I would say it. I mean, they gave out a lot of class rings, so it could just be a coincidence that he has those ones, but...
Well, I believe they're mine. I'm willing to believe that he picked them up.
Yeah, he might have just found them. Like, they probably didn't rob you. He might have just found them.
Right, look here. I don't care why you were in Malia when you were.
Was
You
it
had
me?
business there that was your own, that's fine. And if you feel the need to hang on to them, I suppose they do not have as much meaning to me as I thought they did. But I do not have much on me right now that would probably be worth value to you.
I mean, I could take a look.
I can...
Why are you not demanding that he return them to you?
He simply found them. It's not his fault that they fell out of my pocket.
Can I roll an insight for? I want to roll an insight because
Yeah, you can roll insight against Azrael's 13.
This is my potential new best friend here. I don't want to piss him off.
No, I mean, yeah, you're from Malia, but you weren't there when this happened. Malia's a really big... Malia is a huge country, and its capital city is... I mean, it is kind of, staggering to be in, especially with all of the advanced technology that it has. So they could have got lost. He could have just found them.
Meanwhile, I'm now pouring some of my bourbon into FIFA's cup because he doesn't seem to be enjoying his Chardonnay. and I
thank
feel
God.
like he would like to have something different. So I'm
I
now
I
gonna see.
dump it out and I accept some of it. And
I'm now gonna see how he feels about bourbon.
oh, this has alcohol too.
So it's just alcohol that you don't like. It's not the taste, it's alcohol altogether.
It burns the nostrils. Ah.
I love it.
Look, all I have on me is the staff, my
I'll
big pipe.
I'll give you one out of the kindness of my heart.
Right.
I'm
Alright.
gonna ask which one you give him because Dorcas, you have been to Telbach, Savine, Remit, and Malia's most prominent schools.
Yes.
You lost 3 of them, right? And I think we said you lost Savine, Remit, and Malia.
Yes.
So which one do you give? Just out of curiosity.
Since you mentioned this Malia, I guess maybe that one would be meaningful to you.
Alright. So I take that.
All right. You go ahead and add it to your inventory, and Azrael, you can remove that one if you guys haven't already done that. Excuse me. As this kind of conversation ends with this transaction, Tony kind of goes, "So, do you have one with that sort of symbol on it that I can take a look at?"
I forgot that.
Doesn't look like it's among my belongings.
Oh, alrighty then. Do you have anything I can, get a good read on?
Well, try to. Do you have a quill about?
Oh yeah, I hang on, and he reaches into a pouch he has, and he pulls out a piece of charcoal and some parchment, and he goes, "I got this. I write notes down every now and again, or orders if they're really big."
Cool. Yeah. I mean, we've all seen it, but I'm not an artist.
I am
so...
going. Hang on. I want to check to see what I would make you guys like do the check on to draw something. Maybe. Oh man. Hang on. I'm gonna say there needs to be a wisdom check to remember exactly what it looks like, and then there will be a sleight of hand check to draw it as accurately as that is possible. And the person doing it will have to make both checks.
Oh no, FIFA wouldn't. Never mind.
Said wisdom, dexterity.
Yeah, wisdom and then a sleight of hand. I feel like that's the right way to do it.
I feel
Would
like I have the talents for this.
You feel you have the talent?
Oh, if only we cut off a piece of the robe.
All right, I'll do it.
Doesn't someone actually have a piece of it?
I do. I have that grubby one that was like half like torn but is like really faded.
Okay.
What's that?
Why?
There is a
Why
nat.
is that the natural 20?
There is a nat 20. Azrael, you remember exactly what this looks like. Now let's see how well you can put it on
Of course
paper.
you do. You're waiting to see how much it's worth.
That's a fair point.
That's like when I rolled the natural
That's
20 for
11.
initiative.
So you remember exactly what it looks like. Your trouble is so much getting the finer details in there. You can get the general shape, it's a little scribbled, but the exact look, it's
Can I
not
assist
all.
him with this?
Can you what?
Can I assist him with this?
I
God.
mean, it's drawing. Can you really like?
Yeah.
I feel like I scribbled this on a cocktail napkin. There's not much.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what this is like he knew what he was drawing. But yeah, he's basically scribbling on a cocktail napkin. He's doing his best. He's punching holes in the paper a little bit. It's not perfect. So you hand this picture over to Tony, who looks at it, and he goes, well, all right, I know someone who would know what this is.
Really? Who?
He's
I started to listen a bit more, but still very intrigued on my chicken wings.
he's all right. Look, I have to know I can trust you guys. I can't just go around giving names and things, and you know, I got a business to run. If I tell you, you know, who to go to, I gotta know that I have your discretion.
Only if you tell us, not only will you have our discretion, but I'll come here as soon as I possibly can and do one of my performances free of charge for you.
Yes. All right. What about the rest of you?
Sure.
You could be our adventuring group's first sponsor. I say as I put an entire chicken wing in my mouth and say, "Oh, these are crunchy."
With the bone in it. I guess I'll have Azrael and FIFA do your oh god, what is it? What's the check called? Not deception.
Persuasion?
Yes. He needs, because he's trying to know that you're telling the truth. Unless you're lying, then do deception. Vaza, what about you?
I passed that check.
Mm-hmm.
I did not, which makes sense because I'm chewing on bones.
I'm interested to see what this guy has to say. I'm good with it. Let's go.
Well, like what are you like kind of doing for him to know that you can he can trust you? That's what he's looking for, is like knowing that y'all are good.
Do we want to whip out the coin symbol thingies?
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
think I'm gonna offer him my protection for his establishment, that should he ever have any unscrupulous characters that come across, I'll take care of them.
My god, this sounds like mob talk, but okay.
Go ahead and give the persuasion check. Gildea, what about you?
I guess I would maybe try to like furtively get Dorcas's attention, because like he's the one that's gonna know, like, okay, is the coin thing actually gonna help us or not? And
Would I know? Okay, so then I guess I would need to ask, would I know maybe what the views of the Silver Wolves are in this tavern?
So just based off of the Silver Wolves and their, like, you know, record, like, without a, you know, you don't need a check for this. The Silver Wolves are the law in the Citadel. Like, they have been watching over the Citadel as, you know, the absolute rulers for the entirety of the war. So that's kind of the view people have on them.
Okay. I do not think it'll be a harm to do that.
okay.
Oh, crap.
Vaza rolled a nat 1.
Yeah, my safety speech is worth nothing because I have hot wing sauce all over my face, and
Critical
I
failure.
just have everything over my hands, and I was speaking while eating, so he's just not really impressed with my offer of help at all.
Alrighty. Well, I'm going to flip out my emblem, then my coin emblem, and say, we were tasked with investigating the attack on the Queen earlier today,
So
and
I'm gonna just cut you off real quick because you show the coin and you start saying this, and
Uh-huh.
Tony pushes your hand down and just goes, and you notice that like some of the people around you started shifting in their chairs, and he goes, "The help I'm offering, ain't the kind of place to push a coin like that around.
Okay.
Then it won't be.
He goes, if this is the reason that you're going after this, I will trust you. Alright? But I need you three, and points at Azriel, Dorcas, and you, Gildea. He goes, to keep an eye on those two. Alright?
You have my word.
Those shifty characters will be under my careful eye.
That wasn't good math. You forgot to include me.
Where's yours? You said you didn't pass the check. Mine never popped up. Mine never...
Oh, I rolled a 4.
Okay, so yeah. I think my thing stands.
Well, you didn't. That's 2 and 3. I don't know numbers.
Beaver, just eat some more chicken, dude. We're just the chicken
It's a
people.
little too crunchy for my taste. Thank you.
He goes, so you want this help?
Aye.
Yeah.
He goes, alright. He takes that parchment that you used to write the symbol on and flips it over and writes, he sort of quick scribbles a logo on it. It looks like a money pouch with a crown around it. And he goes, there's a bar. It's down in the lower district. You go down there and you ask for the drink Dragon's Tongue. This symbol is on the outside of the bar. Whatever they do next, just go with it. Don't argue, don't fight. Just let them work the way they work.
Right.
Okay.
Just do that. Show them the symbol you showed me. Well, show their leader the symbol you showed me. And they should be able to help you.
Alright.
And as he sort of cleans up the, trash from the wings and, empty cups and stuff like that, and he goes, and I hope my name doesn't come up in your little interaction down there.
Absolutely
What's your
not,
name
Bob.
again?
You're right, Tim.
Not problem, Bob.
He smiles and he goes, fantastic. Dorcas?
It's Anton Summerstop.
He goes, Dorcas, I will keep your room ready. The rest of you, hope to see you all again.
Thank you, my friend. I flip him a gold piece.
Alrighty. He catches it, even though he's got like all these things in his hand. He kind of like ducks down so it lands on top. He goes, thank you much, and heads back towards the kitchen.
Well, are we going to do this now, or are we going to do this on the morrow? I have to be honest, I have never casted this many spells in one day. I'm feeling a little lightheaded.
We should rest.
Yeah, I check my side. I'm like, and there's still, the cuts from the battle there. I'm like, I think I can agree with the little green one.
Alright.
So a long rest is what everybody's gonna be doing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Alrighty. So I'm guessing this tavern is where you're all gonna get your rooms. You're not gonna go anywhere else or try to anything like that.
Sir Dorcas,
Aye.
does your room is it on the top floor?
Oh, like
There's a-
yeah, like it's a second floor, and then there's the rooms on the second floor. So like,
Aye.
Do you think I could just use your window? I'd like to sleep out among the stars, so I may just climb up onto the roof.
I do not see a problem with that, you wee man.
Thank you kindly.
Okay. I'm gonna go home, wherever home is in the city.
yeah, Gildea, I guess, would go to the barracks because you still have, a room there. Azriel and Vaza. I don't know if Azriel has a place.
Yeah, I don't know if I've had a successful con yet.
Yeah.
Your uncle.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, there's that
Good
guy
call.
you told him being your uncle that you were the uncle of.
So you were the nephew. He
Yeah,
was your
nephew.
uncle.
That's
Yes,
right.
They were
That's right.
my uncle. Yes, I'm going to go stay with my uncle.
What did your face do that?
What did your face do that? That's the best way to ask
I
that
don't know what you're
question.
talking about.
Okay.
Vaza, are you going to try to bunk with Azriel, or are you gonna, or any of the others really, or are you gonna go it on your own and find something else?
No, I think I'll stay in this tavern with Dorcas. But in another room, I'm gonna get a room. I'm gonna go talk to Tony and get some more chicken wings sent up there because that's the vibe.
I will have you, if you're gonna get some more chicken wings and a room, I'll have you get charged 2 silver for a room for the night.
Oh,
Or you could have a roll of dice to see if there even is a room available.
There's a room. You're good. I'll give you that.
Right. So we all meet back here. We'll say a little after dawn.
Sure.
yeah.
Right.
Alrighty.
Well, good night then.
You all head out to find your own respective places to sleep. I can't speak. Gildea heading back to the barracks, having no issue, of course, no issue getting in and finding where you usually set your stuff up. Some of the other Mulian members there have a healer come over and check your wounds to make sure you're okay before laying down. Dorcas, you have, your room. You take FIFA there. FIFA, you're able to get up to the roof from there easily. Excuse me. Vaza, you're given a room. They're, very nice. They're kind of cookie cutter rooms just made to accommodate space. There's room for you. There's a small table in there for you to set your things on. Azriel, you head up into the higher districts to find your uncle, I guess, who, of course, welcomes you in teary-eyed and open arms, so happy that you'll be staying with them for the night. And you all get the advantages of a long rest.
Oh gosh, I gotta pick new spells.
Oh yeah, druids can redo their spells at long rests.
What does? Do you fully heal off of a long rest, or?
Yes.
Excellent.
I believe it's long, huh?
Do we gain any experience after long rest?
So for me, I do leveling as chapter-based leveling.
Okay.
So I'll level you as I feel it's, story progressive. But for right now, there won't be a level for this exact minute. I feel like I might do it like each arc or like each halfway through arc. Just so that way I don't get you guys at level 20 like halfway through the campaign and then you go and murk my big bad.
Or talk him into joining us.
Stop it.
That is a move. Did that work for me? Can you tell if that worked for me? Did I press it right?
What is it?
Long rest.
Let me open your thing.
Because it came up with confirm and then it had like seconds, but I didn't push it again.
Yeah, you're fully healed.
Okay.
It's all good.
All right.
We want to go into the next day. This has been 3 hours. I'm going to break the fourth wall for a minute. Is everyone good?
Yeah.
I'm good.
Because
I guess I would be ready to be done.
Because
Okay.
I'm perfectly fine with ending it
That's
here.
cool.
If
Yeah,
you
it's
guys
also
are
fine with me.
totally okay with it.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Totally fine.
Feels like a good place.
All right.
Everybody's taking a nap.
Sleeping.
Then, as our adventurers wind down, if they're in their places of rest among the Citadel capital, we leave it there in the Terribad Tavern. I want to thank you all for showing up and giving your support to this. We're having a whole lot of fun playing the game, and really enjoying playing it with you guys. I know we don't read. Specifically, I know I don't read chat a whole lot just because I'm trying to. I've got notes over here, and I got to watch their rolls, and I got to make sure the camera's working, and just all this stuff. So I try to glance over every now and again. But guys, thank you. You don't have to stop it. So thank you all for coming out and showing your support. Should be back next Saturday. If not, just keep your ears out in our individual streams. We will let you know, absolutely. But yeah, with that, we will close the book in today's story of the Terribad Tavern, and we will hopefully see you next week for more. Be safe and fair rolls, everyone. Goodbye.
Bing.